Hello viewers, welcome to Vidyalakshmi YouTube channel. So today what we are going to see in this video is about colonialism and tribal society from history chapter number 4. So previously we came to know about some of the interesting topic like country from the ruling side, how are the Britishers, they occupied India and they started exploiting our resources, especially instead of purchasing the goods by giving the gold, they started distributing they got the revenue rights. Previously we came to know Rodbury, Mahalbari, like that. So in continuation to that, how was it affected the people of tribes who live in the forest? Okay, this is the importance of the lesson. Behind the screen I inserted two important pictures. One person is attracting the people with some speeches, on the other hand the living nature of the people. So two pictures I inserted here for your kind reference. Okay. So learning outcome, the things what I am going to learn. As usual, I made this lesson into two parts, part 1 and part 2. This is your part 1. In this part 1, what we are going to see is about tribal society people. The tribal people, their areas of habitation, where they were living. Okay, habitation. Next, their practices, religious practices, and their language. So India is a country, very big country, we have n number of languages. So how the people are speaking, especially these tribal people, what is their mother tongue, what is their major language they are speaking. So those things we are going to discuss, and finally we are going to see about the important occupation. Next, colonialism and the tribal, forest loss and their impact. Then the next one, other causes of the distress. So these things we are going to discuss in this particular topic. Okay. The tribal people, who are called tribes. So in tribes means the people who are living in the remote areas. For our easy understanding, I inserted a picture also. The people who did not form a part of the agrarian or industrial society. They are completely didn't have any touch, any relationship with that, the regular day-to-day life like us. Okay, the developed areas, they came to be known as the tribal. Okay, in Hindi they are commonly called Adivasi. What do you mean by Adivasi? It means old times inhabitants. They are not completely enter into the modern world. Now we are living in the modern world. They don't know about anything what we are enjoying today. Okay, these people are called Adivasis. They did not come under any caste, they didn't have any caste, and also there is no hierarchy, and they had their own distinct social, their culture almost getting vanishing now due to some man-made encroachments, due to the industrial establishment and cutting of number of forests, especially the following the principle called deforestation. These are the things greatly affected the people. Cultural and economic practices. Okay, so who are called Adivasi? Here we can raise some questions, very simple questions. Tribal language, Adivasi. So two questions we can gather here. Next, they did not have much to do with the economic world. So they didn't have any currency, their own currency. They don't know the actual currency, even they don't know the value of gold. At present 1 gram cost of gold is very high, they don't know the rate. Did not have currencies of their own. They believed in, then how they are living, sir? They believed in living off the land and the traded for necessity, what is the need of today. So they are enjoying, they are satisfying with the availability of today through the barter system. They used to exchange their goods. So because of they didn't have any own currency. Next, gradually some of them started working as a labor due to some, they need to feed their family. In order to satisfy their hunger, they started migrating. They are shifting from the forest to the nearby land and they worked under any jamindar. Some took on work as a peasants in the villages and started working for the landowner or jamindars. So they were shifted from the places. Normally, usually they used to follow the shifting cultivature. They can settle identify one place and they can settle there. If the soil getting lost its fertility, then they will remove the land and they can shift from that particular land to another region. The tribal areas were remote, so not easily we can gather the information. It is a remote area. Remote means far away from our township area. They did not fully get the fruits of development. They don't know development first of all. Then how can they get the fruits of development? Next, they lived in the remote area. Remote means far away area. So easily we can't make a communication with the people, especially in the hill, forest or even deserts. So these are all the places they can live, the areas of habitation. Their main area, they can live in the remote area. Where we can, which regions we can say as a remote area, like the forest, dense forest, and even sunlight also at mid-noon or midday also we can't see the sunlight. That much forest cover, completely covered with the trees. So those regions they are living. So it is not easily for us to make a communication with the people. Then first of all we don't know the language, their own language. That is another important problem. Their main places. Sir, one such a places it is there in India. Yes, it is absolutely in India, especially northeastern part and as well as the central part of India. The states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand. In Tamil Nadu also, Nilgiri region, we have some limited members of Adivasi groups. Next, religious practices. Then what was the religious practices? The tribal had their own religious belief. They are entirely different from the religions like Hinduism, Christianity or Islam. They had their own local and village deity, their own god, their own deities to whom they prayed. They also worship the spirits of nature and sacred places within the village, and the rest were worshipped at homes. Commonly they will fix one place, like people we are moving to temple, mosque, church, like that. They select one places and they can continue their regular worship, or in home also they started worshipping. These are all the practices they are following. Next, what is their language, sir? From our textbook we came to know in India there is a famous olden days a group called the Sandali groups. Their language, for our easy understanding, I just posted affix a picture here. They had their own languages. It is entirely different from mainstream languages of India. Especially it is very older than the Sanskrit. Some of them were as old as Sanskrit. So that much old language, very old language. From this we came to know we have a long lasting civilization here. Clear? Most of the tribal people lived in central India and they had a common language. Therefore, the majority of the tribes speak in India about Sandali. That for our understanding, I fixed a picture here. I inserted the picture here. Sandali, one of the oldest tribal language in India, Sandali. Next, their occupation. So again, as a small recap, I will forward the first. I come to the first tribe. So in this chapter, what we are going to see, first one is habitation, where they live. Then what are their religious practices? So they are entirely different. Then their language, from the language we came to know Sandali, one of the old language. Next, their main occupation. Now we are on the fourth subdivision, occupation. Hunter, mostly tribal people means, what is their profession? They are used to hunting the animal. Hunter gatherer. Simply they are gatherers, food gatherers. Hunted animal for food and collected or gathered fruits. In forest, what are the major things will be available? Fruits and vegetables. So they collect the fruits and other forest produce for their sustenance, for their day-to-day life. They had the knowledge of herbs and could identify and extract medicine. So they are not moving for any multi-speciality hospital, whatever it may be. If there is any disease or anything common flu like that, anything will happen, they are master in knowing about how to cure. They were expert in identifying the herbal products. So they can easily identify such herbs and they used to treat themselves, especially in the forest. Extract medicinal herbs from the forest. Next, shifting, Jum cultivator. What do you mean by Jum? They are called shifting cultivators. They had the knowledge of some cultivation, start at small scale farming on small patches of land. Once the land lost its fertility, I told you before, if they lost a fertility, they started moving in that particular place to another place, some other place, moved on to another suitable area. So that type of farming is called shifting cultivation. Next, animal herding, another group, another important occupation. There were tribes who thrived on animal produce. They are maintaining the animals like cattle, sheep, goat, etc., and they use the milk, meat and the skins of for their necessities. They used to satisfy themselves. If there is any excess produce, they started selling to the nearby villages or town. The tribes of Gujars, especially in India, the states like Punjab, the group called Gujars, Labadis of Andhra Pradesh, Bakarwals of Kashmir, for simple example they gave. They follow this pattern, animal herding. Next, settled cultivation. Next one is settled cultivation. Again one more time we will see. First they are hunter gatherer occupation, main occupation. Next one is shifting cultivation. Then the third one is animal herding, and the fourth one is settled cultivation. These tribes settle down on a particular piece of land. For example, for easy understanding, I insert a picture. The concept of mightier tribal chiefs and headman originated, and they started their form of dictatorial practices. From among them, they will appoint one person as their head. He became a dictator. They formed some set of rules and regulation. According to the rules and regulation, they used to complete the day and also their work. Next, colonialism and the tribal. The tribal chiefs, this picture is not related to us, but anyway, you just leave it off. Just for an introduction, for a flow chart, I just insert like that. You just keep in mind. Okay, colonialism and the tribal. The second subtopic. The tribal chief, I told you, as a dictator. Previously, in previous slide, I used one word: dictatorial practices. Dictator, he is a head. The tribal chiefs enjoyed some privileges. He got some perks and authority over the clusters of village around there. Once he appointed as a leader, now everyone will obey his word, so that he got some privileges. The privileges are salugigal. The British colonial rulers and their administrative officials were much more powerful, and they dictated the terms both by force and coercion on the tribal chiefs. So what the Britishers did, in order to satisfy something, in order to exploit the resources, they used to make an influence with these tribes. So the British colonial rulers and their administrative officials were much more powerful because they are the modern weapon, but these people, they use the primitive weapons. So that is why they become they used to surrender under the people. That is the reason. Next, to ensure revenue means income from the farmer, they felt, because they collected huge sums of money as a tax. Even they are not leaving out, not even any type of people, whether they are incapable or a non-incapable person, they are not leaving out the people. They collected the utmost, very high revenue, especially including the forest people. Stick to a defined area and have specified pieces of land with fixed ownership. So they appointed one particular owner, through him they collected the revenue. The widespread protest by the farmer in the northeastern region over this issue led the British to withdraw their policy from this area. They started to rebel against the British ruler. So you are crushing, you are squeezing, you are almost damaging our entire population. This greatly affected our almost the regular cultivation income, like that. So that one person started against the British rule, it reflected in almost other area, and finally everyone all together they started protest against the British. So this is also a reason for withdrawing their principle. Who implemented the principle? Britishers only implemented the principle. Okay, next. So from the previous slides, let's check what are the things we discussed. First one is who are tribal, then who are Adivasis considered as a primitive. Why Adivasis considered as a primitive? Where do tribals live? Write about the religious beliefs of tribal and name the language, which is very easy one, just one word answer, very simple, not more than one line. Okay, so practice yourself. The answers for these questions are available in the previous slides. So that is why the title is given. These questions I have selected from our textbook only. Okay, so let's check what are the things we discussed. That's all. Then what is the use of seeds of Sal and Maha, and then what is shifting cultivation? How are the tribal affected by the coming of the British? Why did the British not favor shifting cultivation? Which forests were classified as reserved forests? Write down the negative impact of the forest policy on the British. So these are all very, very simple questions. So if you, again one more time, if you have any doubt now, just rewind it and go through the lines, or for your assistance you can refer the textbook also. Okay, for our understanding further, I enclosed one more topic, one more slide called assessment from our textbook. I gave 6 important fill in the blanks here. In Hindi, tribals are called Adivasi. The majority of tribals speak Santali language. Let's check, we have one answer here. Okay, then tribal extracted oil from the seeds of Sal and Maha. Okay, so these two we have answer from the, let's check topic. Bakarwals of Kashmir follow the pattern of animal herding, and then British needed timber. So whatever the, let's check, we have answer here too. Okay, timber for making railway sleepers. So at present we are using the cement sleepers in railway. Below the rails, between the two rail we have one cement slab, that is called as sleepers. Sandal uprising took place in Bengal under the leadership of Sidhu and Kanu. Maybe it will be asked in both answer also, we can write better. You can completely thorough the understand and thorough. Okay, don't memory, simply understand and thorough the line. It will be easy for us to, any time it will be memorable. Okay, and finally, as usual, to say thank you for watching the video. Still we are not completely recovered from the pandemic, so stay safe and save others.